Hey, what's going on? Good evening to you. Welcome to another After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. I'm your host, the romantic funny man, Shawn Cornelius, and I'm ready to do my thing. But before I do my thing, I want to know how you're doing, and I want to thank BronxNet for airing the show every Monday night at 10:30. You can check us out, and we'll make sure that we have some very wonderful guests, some interesting people to come along the show and talk to you and you can learn about. And that's basically it. So thank you for tuning in every single week, checking out the Shawn Cornelius Show, After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, and all of those things. Now, you might be wondering why I have on my Shaw University stuff, my Shaw Bears baseball cap, where I have that and I keep it very well uh, in good shape because I played baseball at Shaw and I graduated from Shaw University. I could have taken my plaque, my little thing off the wall, but that's enough about me. Anyway, I got another Shaw University alumni that's going to be here to come and talk to you, come and talk to me, and share some of his experiences while at Shaw and at the Shaw. And it's going to be a good time. Like we always have fun anyway, right? We always have a good time. Sometimes we have educational time and a good time. So we're going to have both of those tonight. And Jay Ski is with me tonight, and he is sitting backstage waiting to come aboard. So listen, BronxNet TV, BronxNet.org. After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, 10:30 on Monday nights. You can catch the show, and you can catch this one, but you're probably watching right now, right? You're probably watching it at this moment. All right, so look, you know how I do. I always ramble in the beginning, and I always get my thing going. But I'm so happy to have one of my comrades from Shaw University here, and I want you guys to please welcome him to the show. And we got Mr. Jay Ski, who is in North Carolina right now. So this is the distance, right? We're New York to North Carolina. Am I correct?
That's correct.
That's correct. Hey man, welcome to the show. Thanks for hanging out with me.
No doubt. Glad to be here.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful to have you. We This is like old times. We'll talk some old times. Um, Basically, the show is just a fun show to just talk about anything we want to talk about. But we're going to talk about Shaw and what you up to right now, what's going on. I don't know. This show probably won't air the same week of homecoming, but this is weekend coming of homecoming. So I'm sure you got some plans because you always got something going on. Now you may act like you don't have nothing going on, but you got some plans going on at homecoming.
Yeah, I definitely got plans. I got alumni plans. You know what I'm saying? Um, of course, we're gonna get on the yard. We're gonna do what we usually do when we get on the yard every homecoming. We're gonna do the tailgate. We're gonna do the alumni parties, the whole nine.
There's a lot of stuff going on because I've been to homecoming. As a matter of fact, you brought me down, but we're gonna get into that. Tell the people where you're originally from. Tell them a little bit about Jay Ski. Tell them how I know Jay Ski. Tell them about Shaw University, and then we'll get into this interview.
Well, yeah, I'm from Queens, Queens, New York, Hollis, Queens to be exact. You know, I left Queens to go down to Shaw University to get my education. You know, went down to play ball and get an education. Ended up sticking around, but I can tell you, Shaw U was the best move of my life. You know,
Yeah.
um, while I was there, I ran into this good brother right here, Shawn Cornelius. He was down with the Shaw players playing
Yeah.
baseball. You know, he was an actor doing his thing, stage plays and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
And we just had a good time while we were there, bro.
Yeah, like you went. Obviously, everybody goes for an education. You got your education from Shaw University, and like you said, I'm from Queens as well. St. Albans is my home and home place, and went all the way down to North Carolina. Went all the way down to school in North Carolina to get that education. How did you adjust from being in the city to going down to the country and your school days, not your administrative days, not those days of living, but your school days first.
Man, when I first got down south, I was a little adjusted a bit because my family used to come down here every summer to visit family. But
Okay, all right.
when I came to Raleigh, it was a different ball game. It was a small city. They kept saying it was the capital city. I was expecting big buildings and the whole nine, but none of that. But hey, We adjusted, man. We had fun. We made our fun.
Yeah, yeah, we definitely did. Like you remember obviously the Raleigh Killers, Chafers Park, all of, the only McDonald's, which was right across the street from the campus, which is still there, right? And what was that where we graduated from at the place right there across the street from the school,
Memorial.
Memorial Auditorium. And how was it for you, man? Because I know how it was for me at Shaw and doing what I did and being in the Shaw players and doing that. How did you? Because you wasn't really in a lot of the groups. We didn't know each other heavy, but Shaw only had one men's dormitory and one female dormitory, so we pretty much knew each other like family.
That's right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, you know me. Back then, I was the rapper slash break dancer slash ball player.
Right,
So
right, right,
everybody pretty much, knew who I was and whatnot. Everybody knew who you were because like I said, you was in the Shaw Players and you was playing baseball, so they knew about you.
right, right, right. It was good times back then. You know, as getting an education, coming from up north, because I went as I well, I was supposed to go to South Carolina State or was going to South Carolina State, ended up at Shaw, but Shaw turned out to be a good thing for me, you know, education wise and learning, you know, being a man. What was it for you?
Actually, I was actually supposed to go to the North Carolina School of the Arts.
Okay, and what was you? Okay, so the School of the Arts, man. What were you focused on?
I was focused on art. I was an artist, you
Okay,
know.
so just regular art, drawing
Yeah,
and
yeah,
painting and those kind of things.
yeah, yeah. Besides being a dancer, break dancer and a rapper, I was doing art. Of course, my favorite tool was not pastel, was charcoal. I was a beast with that charcoal. So
Okay.
and then people knew me with the music and whatnot. So I ended up getting I got a call from Berkeley too, Berkeley College of Music out in California.
Right, right, right.
I got
Okay.
I got accepted there too, but with my first visit to Shaw, I was sold.
That was it. I didn't have but one myself, and that was it. But I understand, you know, to be surrounded by your people, and that one dormitory of females and that one dormitory of males, and that's all it was. What was something that because you said you played ball and you did a lot of things. Because I gotta, you know, you have to remind me. Did you do anything in the Bears Den?
In the Bears Den,
Yeah.
oh yeah, oh man, talk about the Bears Den. Now we all know Lord Jazz, DJ Lord Jazz with Lords of the
Yes.
Underground.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
I was Lord Jazz's first MC. This,
Hmm.
this was before he was Lord Jazz. This is when he was DJ Jazzy A from Cleveland.
Okay. Okay. Oh, hey, look, hey, man, they go through so many names, but okay, got you.
Yeah. I was his first MC. I did had a lot of rap battles down there. I actually did a couple of shows down there with him. You know, we will practice in that one man's dormitory, like you said, which was like family. With the one phone booth on each floor.
Right.
But
Yep.
yeah, we would practice. You know what I'm saying? And come showtime, that's what we did. We went to the Bears Den. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because everything was in that one building. You had the Bears Den, you had our store, you had the cafeteria, and then you
Yep.
had our upstairs where we chilled out in the grill. And then we had that room where we had that one black piano in the main room in the ballroom. That was fantastic times.
Yep. Yeah.
So when you got yourself together and you said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. We're supposedly after our second year, or as our second year, we figure out what we're going to do. Um, Shaw has been a staple for you. You've done a
Oh,
lot. You stayed in Raleigh. You didn't come back home. You stayed there and you moved on to do things. And you did a lot of things for homecoming, which where we got closer. And you brought me down as a comedian. Obviously, you brought me down. To be honest with you, the first time I performed at Shaw for the 150th anniversary,
yeah.
and that was you that brought me down there. You were doing parties and you were doing all these things. You obviously that developed at Shaw? Are you still doing parties? Because I've seen you still doing parties.
Yeah, of course, of course. Parties and concerts and shows, that's my thing. That's pretty much what I'm committed to right now. That's my way of life. It's been my way of life probably since the '90s. Um, so yeah, you're right. That 150th anniversary, I brought you down. I think I tried to get Brooklyn Mike. You know,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
he was in Barcelona, Spain, somewhere at that time.
right,
Um,
right.
yeah, but yeah, we ended up hooking up. I don't know if it was the next year. I brought Laws of the Underground and you again.
Yep, yep. But well, before that, before I came down, you brought me to some little towns that I had to take Amtrak to.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
did some shows there. Now, where were them shows? I got to remember because you were always promoting. You were always doing things and promoting music, promoting comedy. Was that something you picked up at Shaw, or is that just something that's always been in you?
Actually, it's not something I necessarily. You know what? I can say I did pick it up at Shaw because uh, my old partner was also a Shaw Bear, and he was from the Bronx, and he and I worked at Shaw together, and we decided at Shaw to start an entertainment group back
Okay,
in the
right, right.
back in the late '90s. So yeah, I guess I could say I did pick it up at Shaw. You
Okay, but
know,
and you've been promoting since then. You've been promoting because I know, like I said, you brought me down for comedy, and I did the comedy shows there, and then you brought me back, and I did been back for homecoming, and did the homecomings. But you've been promoting how long? But no, but before even that, man, you went back to Shaw to work. Then
that's correct.
you worked at Shaw as a
As a residence counselor.
as a residence counselor. You was doing that kind of business. So you've been connected with Shaw through going to school, graduating from school, doing party, and still doing functions in the Raleigh area. Am I correct?
Yep. As a matter of fact, when I started back working at, I started working at Shaw in 2001, and I was working at Shaw for 11 years.
Okay. Yeah.
I worked there for 11 years. I actually started doing college parties for some of my students while I was working there. And
Okay.
so I bounced off of that and just started doing other parties and shows, you know, just around the city and just around North Carolina. And that city I brought you to was a small town in North Carolina called Smithfield.
Yes, it was. It was very tiny. It was a good show. We had fun though. We had fun doing
Yeah,
it. Um, and I did the show, but because I think I did well. I did that show. And we had fun that time. But you were always promoting, doing parties, and always doing functions and doing dances. And for Shaw, for homecomings, you're promoting at the clubs. So the
yeah,
clubs that I also performed on the outside, are you now still promoting? Because again, this week is homecoming weekend.
yeah. I'm still promoting. As a matter of fact, I got an event tomorrow night. I got an alumni event tomorrow night down here in Raleigh, and this is at a spot called Nouveau Lounge, and
Okay.
yeah, we're all set for that, man. We just ready to get it in, man. Have a good time with that.
Right, right. And again, once again, when you guys watch this show, by the time you see this show, homecoming will be over, and that party will be have blasted off, and and I would have had some fun with that because I've seen online already a lot of people are down there or going heading down for the weekend just to gravitate at shore. Now, what made you decide to go back to your alma mater or stay at your alma mater as opposed to? I'm sure other people wanted you to do parties or you want to do other things. Is that what you? That's all you do at this point?
I stick with y'all, man. I don't I don't do other schools functions. You know,
Right.
some people try to get me, you know, do their homecoming with them and whatnot, but it's not the same because Shaw is like family.
Yeah. Right. No, you're right. You're totally correct. Totally correct.
Shaw's like family, man. So it's actually a pleasure for me to, you know what I'm saying, get back with some of my colleagues, people I came into school with, people I graduated with, and just
Right.
hang out with, you know, have fun and talk about old times.
Yeah. And look, man, it's got to be something because there's a positive and there's some headache to everything. You know, What's one of the things that you just don't like about promoting? Because now you're pretty much doing your promotion thing, and I know it's worrying about if the people are going to show up, who's going to show up, dealing with the clubs. There's a whole bunch of negatives as well as positives.
Yeah, it's true indeed. One of my biggest pet peeves is that people don't read. You can give a person a flyer with all the information on it. They'll look at the flyer and ask you where the event is,
Uh,
what time it is, what day is it. That's my biggest pet peeve, man. The other thing though would be like the weather. I can't do anything about the weather, but you always gotta pray that the weather's good.
right, right, right. But that the people. Okay, so you got pet peeves, and you got the weather. Uh, do people normally just come out in Raleigh for parties because it's really like you do your parties on the weekends and you try to theme them around what's going on. Do you have to worry about people showing up just because of showing up?
Well, not so much now. In the beginning, I did, but not so much now because of social media. See, with social media, I can promote my fan base, and I can promote to everyone else.
Right, right. Okay, okay, cool. All right, cool. See, that's an advantage now that the promoter has that he might not have had 20 years ago.
That's
Uh,
right.
that he has on this social media, and there's a lot of things happening on social media. So basically, all you got to do is jump on and put on that you got a party, and people will show up because depending on who, but you're following, depending on your following.
That's right. That's right. Depends on your following. You know, me, I deal with old school. So I'm all old school.
Yeah.
So anybody 30, 35 and up, they know they're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? When they rock with me, which is Triangle Old School. That's the name of my group.
We'll say it one more time.
Triangle Old School.
Triangle Old School. Now, do you put on shows as other than the parties? Do you put on shows? Do you bring in artists?
Yeah, I bring in artists all the time. I've had several different artists, man. Adina Howard, Mr. Cheeks from the Lost Boys, uh, Melissa Morgan, Horace Brown, just to name a few. And right now, I'm working on Tevin Campbell.
Okay, well then, good. Let's jump into that really quickly. How easy is it, basically, because you have to obviously call their management or their company or their situation to get an artist to come to a party. I mean, obviously they're out there making the money and they're doing what they're doing because they love to do what they do. How easy or how hard is it to get somebody?
Well, it's based on their availability and whether or not I can get in touch with their management. Like Tevin Campbell, that's been a hard thing to get because he's not easily accessible. But
Right, right, right.
some of these other artists, you can reach them on Instagram. You can get in touch with their management through Instagram. I got a couple of booking agencies I go through too, but sometimes they can be over the top with the numbers.
Right. I guess it always depends on how big the star is or how big the situation is that you're trying to do. Because if like we won't discuss the people you know. The people you don't know, they'll probably take a look at the money first. That's the first thing, and then they look at the venue and then all that other situation. So you might be able to get uh, the Horace Browns, the Dina Howards, but Tevin Campbell, because a minute ago people were trying to sing something online I saw with Tevin Campbell, which probably put him back out there in the limelight.
Yeah, yeah, they were. But Tevin Campbell's on tour right now. He's been on tour for the past 2 years, and
Okay, okay.
so yeah, I think what happened online was they got into some type of
It was the can we talk?
yeah, the Can We Talk? It
Can we
was like
talk thing?
some type of I don't know what they call it. What do you call that when they online and they catch on to something and everybody start doing? It's like a
A
trend.
trend, a trend. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It was an online trend with something about singing his song "Can We Talk," which kind of really put him. You know what I'm saying? Kind of put his name back in people's heads.
Right, because even celebrities started trying to sing the song and started putting them back out there as well. So that's
Right.
probably why he's been on tour, and now he's harder to get than he was 2 years ago.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right, because Tevin went through a whole thing about him being gay and about the whole situation, but people were talking about it, and then it fell off. But now he's back doing the singing and all. Well, he's always been doing the singing, but that's cool. That's cool. All right,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. So you got your party coming up. That is it. How many parties you got going on for homecoming this year?
I only got one. I'm just doing Friday night because I want to hang out with the people. I want to go to everybody else's party this year.
Right, right. Because I remember the time when we did our comedy shows that you were doing on a Saturday night, and you had a party the night before, or you had a party that same night afterwards, and had to leave and hurry up and do what you had to do.
Yeah.
You were pretty much doing five different things at one time.
Yeah. It was a lot going on, man. I had the whole weekend sold up. But nah, not this year. This year I'm gonna do one event tomorrow night. After that, I'm rocking it with everybody else.
Okay, so you said earlier in the show, if I remember, this is basically all you do. Is all you do is to promote parties and do parties throughout the year.
Yeah, this is it. Triangle Old School Entertainment Group. That is my group. That's my job now. I do parties and shows all around North Carolina, and hey, that's it.
Wow. Okay. So now next portion of the show, we're going to get into some relationship stuff. So you're not afraid to get into the relationship stuff, are you?
Nah, let's get it.
That's all I want to know. No, this is it. All right. So here I'm gonna put this to you. You got a young lady and you got a young man interested in what you do. They're trying to get into the business on what you're trying to do. What would you first tell the young lady about promotion and getting in the industry? Take about 2 minutes.
Okay. First thing, first thing, you gotta have all your ducks in a row. You gotta have your who, what, when, where, how, and time, and how much. You have to let them know who's doing it. You have to tell them what the event is. You have to let them know when the event is. That's the date. You have to let them know where the event is. That's the place. You have to let them know what time the event is. And you have to let them know how much it costs to attend the event. And if there are any special guests or anything like that, you have to let them know who the special guests are. You know what I mean? But if you plan on doing this promotion, be leery because the wolves are coming. The
Right.
moment the moment you start doing your thing, somebody gonna piggyback and come right behind you and start doing the same thing you're doing.
Sure. Sure. All
Especially
right.
if you're successful at it.
Right. All right. So now you got a young man who wants to come in and do the same thing. And he's got the idea of okay, women can promote and all that, but it's different for a guy. What would you tell him about promoting or how to do it? Along with telling him the same things you told a lady, what extras would
Right.
you give him?
Well, besides the same thing I would tell the young lady, which is general information, I'll tell the dude, he's gonna need to be just a little bit more leery because guys like to hate on guys more so than they hate on girls.
Right. Right. No, you're
So
right.
when he start doing his thing, it's gonna be a lot of guys that hate on him, man, and not want to support him because they might be jealous of his style. They might be jealous because he's moving mountains, he's doing his thing, and he's being successful. You know, he's also gonna have to know he can't take his money and go buy jewels and jewels and whips and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He gotta reinvest.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. All right. But that's those are tips that they can start off with at least to have
Yeah,
to move down the line. Because how long have you been doing promotion?
I've been promoting since
It's 20.
90,
It's 2022.
93.
Oh
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
it's been
Wow,
like
that's a long time.
yeah, I started down here with Plum at Plum Crazy. You remember Plum
I
Crazy?
remember Plum Crazy. Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
I used to promote at Plum Crazy with Lou and them. Yep.
Wow, in the 90s. So you're talking about 10, 20, almost 30 years of
Yeah.
doing work.
Yeah, it's been like that. That's why
Okay.
I can. That's why I'm on a smooth train right now.
And the smooth train means you're doing one thing and you're doing one thing only, and it's bringing money, but you still, you know the ins and outs pretty much after 30 years.
That's right. I know the ins and outs, ups and downs, the whole nine. If a joker really trying to get into this business, I'm the guy you need to talk to.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll talk about the last couple of minutes before we take a break and give you a break on things. What big things you have in the future planned are you looking at doing, uh, or who you looking at bringing?
I got a Legends of Hip Hop tour coming up in the future next year.
Okay. All
It's
right.
gonna
All right.
feature all the major old, well, not all, but a lot of the major old school artists, like from the '80s and '90s, like Rakim, Rob
Mm-hmm.
P, Special Ed, Chubb Rock, these guys.
Mm-hmm.
You get ready to put a Legends of Hip Hop show together out here.
Okay, because I know down in South Carolina, not too long ago, they just did that as well for Burke's homeschool, and they used all the pretty much the old KRS-One was down there, Rakim was down there, um, some of the girls were down there as well, and they did it 3 nights, and they used a lot of old school artists, uh, hip hop artists. Chubb Rock was there; he had a night. Dougie Fresh was down there. So there's a whole bunch of people doing that. So you're looking to do that coming up real soon. What singers are you having coming up?
Singers right now, like I said, I'm looking at Tevin Campbell. I'm looking at Joe.
Okay.
Um, who else is that? Tevin Campbell, Joe. I was gonna do Monica, and somebody jumped the gun on me and got Monica.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah, I was looking at Lil Mo too. Lil Mo went up on our numbers quite a bit though, so I don't know. I might have to reconsider that one.
Is that something too? Obviously, that's something too that's important for people to know. Um, do you throw the numbers out, or you got to kind of match what? Obviously, they have their own numbers on their money that they get, but do you obviously tell them what kind of money you have? How does that go? On a negotiation level.
Most most management most management wants to know your budget. They're
Hmm.
gonna base their price off your budget. You don't give them a budget. You give them
Right.
a price. You
Okay.
give them a price, and if they can't work within that price, then you make up a budget. But you don't give them the budget first because they're gonna base their price off your budget.
Right, right. And you guys, listen, this is a man that's been doing this for almost 30 something years. So you got to understand that he knows exactly, he done been through the ups and downs. He done been through the dips. He done been through the highs and lows. And he knows what he's talking about on that level of promotion. So Raleigh, North Carolina, correct. Look out for Tevin Campbell. He's trying to get Tevin Campbell. He's trying to move on Tevin. And he's got the Legends of Hip Hop thing coming. You said next year, obviously, because it's almost November.
Yeah, next
Um,
year, 2023.
and you're going to enjoy Homecoming this weekend, but when this show airs, it'll be past. But what are you looking to do at Homecoming again? Well, it start. Well, tonight is the usually Thursday night is a bowling night, right?
Yeah, yeah. The bowling party is tonight.
Your bowling party, and then Friday night there's a bunch of parties and there's a bunch of speeches, and then the game is on Saturday.
Yeah, the game and the tailgate. Can't forget
And
the tailgate.
now, who is Shaw playing this year again? Do you know?
They're playing Livingston.
They play in Livingston, and we have a football team, and and everything is going to be going. There's parties that night as well, and then
Yeah,
there's a church. There's a church on Sunday. You can go to the church service on Sunday. But again, by the time this show airs, that it'll be over, and it'll be a good time. So listen, man, tell people that want to get in touch with you how they can get in touch with you, where they can get in touch with you, and then we'll let you take a break for a second.
you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Triangle Old School. That's school with a K. SKOOL. Entertainment Group. Facebook and Instagram. It's the easiest way to get us.
Triangle Old School. with a K.
Yep. Yep.
And that's how you know. And that's my man, Jay Ski. Continue blessings to you, man, doing your thing down there. And hopefully we'll get a chance to do this comedy thing again. And I appreciate and love you as a brother, but definitely love you as a businessman because I've been down there a couple of times doing business during homecoming since the 150th anniversary. And you brought me down there and you're responsible for me doing Shaw University's comedy on the 150th anniversary that year. So that's something I hold in my heart very special. And I appreciate you, man. I'm glad everything is working out on that level, man.
Word, no doubt, man. It's always been my pleasure, bro.
Yes, yes. So listen, we're gonna take a break and we're gonna come on back. We got more now. The second section that I introduce you to and bring you in on is gonna be the romantic section. It's the lover section. It's a relationships situation. So anything you got that you may not want to tell me, make sure you don't want to tell me. Make sure you shake it off now and let it go. but we're gonna be back with more After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, promoter, my classmate Jay Ski, Shaw University. We'll be back in 1 second.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's the KID, the Kid Capri, man. And we all need to do our part in stopping these unnecessary killings. So I'm sending love and support to a good guy, man, Shawn Cornelius, and his Enough is Enough movement. Keep raising your voice and, be safe and send me my t-shirt, man. You're doing great out there, man. I'm real proud of you. Sirius XM Fly is the station, KID. Remember, check me out, all right? Block Party.
Hi, I'm Sheba Jordan. I wanted to make this video to show support to and congratulate my good friend Shawn Cornelius and his Enough is Enough movement. Shawn, you hit the mark with this one. With all the madness happening, particularly in this country today, I think the whole world agrees with you. Your message is appropriate, it is accurate, it is true. Enough is enough. Keep going, good brother. I'm so proud of you. I congratulate you. I support you.
Yes, I did it. And I did it over and over and over again.
The bad part was I had to steal to get what I wanted, to satisfy my wants, my needs, and my desires.
I mean, everything seemed so good and perfect until...
But none of that mattered because I wanted what I wanted when I wanted it. And what I wanted was...
I know. Stress, no sleep, overeating, over drinking, sex partner after sex partner with no protection. I mean, but I felt like you failed me at times. My confession?
My confession?
My confession is...
My confession?
Thank you for listening.
Hi, this is Coco McMillan, and you're watching After Dark with Shawn Cornelius.
Welcome back to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. My special guest tonight is my Shaw University brother, promoter extraordinaire from down in Raleigh, North Carolina, brother Jay Ski. You good, man? You sure?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm ready.
Okay, it looked like you was falling asleep on me for a second. I don't know. You're tired. You know, you get old. I know what happens. All right, brother. Do me a favor. Say the words abracadabra, and then we can get moving.
Abracadabra.
You done it now. You done put us in the love zone. So, You done put us in the love zone. The love zone is very easy. I feel like it's easy because when I talk to people of a certain age, but some people have had problems with the love zone. But we'll see how you do this evening. All right?
Okay, let's get it.
All right. All right. Do me a favor and describe what is your definition of the word love? What is love to Jay Ski?
Love is caring. Love is caring about someone in the deepest, caring about what happens to them, caring about how they feel. Love is also doing because love is an action word. So it's all about doing for that person that you love or the persons that you love.
Okay. All right. That sounds good to me. I'm taking what you give me. And Jason, really quickly, you're a married man, aren't you?
That's correct.
So this should be very, very easy for you. How long have you been married?
Right now I've been married 1 year and 2 months.
1 year and 2 months. But you'll understand these kind of things because you've been in love before.
That's correct.
And you've been in relationships before.
That's correct.
And you've dealt with women before.
That's correct.
All right. Let's keep on moving. Give me your definition of romance. What is romance to you?
Romance. Romance is also an action word. Romance is doing. Showing the person that you say you love, that you care about, that you want to see them smile, see them hug, and you want to see them happy. That's what romance is to me.
Okay, all right. I see you jumping off the easy lane. All right, that sounds cool.
Hey,
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. And then my wife may be watching this too, so you're gonna make sure you see the right things on every level. So that sounds like a winner to me. Give me an example of your favorite date, and it could be with this wife, or just your favorite date overall.
Favorite date?
Yes, DATE. Yep, date. Yep.
Okay. Favorite date is at home, chilling, cooking dinner, watching movies, cuddling up together, just chilling.
now, have you had this date, or is that just something that you put
Yeah,
because you're in love? You've had the being home, relaxing, watching TV, feet up. All right, that's it's really simple. Some people think that it has to be something so extravagant.
Exactly.
It's just a love between two people, and you can have that at home and just chill, right?
The simplicity of loving each other. That's right.
Sound like a winner to me. All right, here we go. You're walking down the street of Raleigh, North Carolina, and you just happen to kick a bottle or can, and out pops me. I'm your genie, but I only have one wish. I'm working on getting 3 wishes. I only have one wish. Your one wish has to involve love. What is your one wish?
My one wish is to make my wife love me forever.
That's it?
That's it.
That's a beautiful thing. That's easy to do. Bing. Your one wish is the way it is. That's a beautiful thing. All right, cool. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said simple as that.
Simple as that. It works it out. See, when you get older, sometimes people don't get it. Like the younger folks don't get it. When you get older, like us, you just basically, it's just real simple because we done experienced all that hardship and all that and didn't even realize then the easy thing is to just make it simple.
Simplicity. That's right.
It, man. Okay, well, what makes Jay Ski so unique? What makes him so unique? What makes him different from anybody else?
The way I think, the way I move, the simplicity of my life. See, I believe that in order to be successful in anything, you have to have as least responsibility as possible.
Okay.
So in that, I don't create problems for myself. So, when somebody else is, chasing the bag, I'm not chasing the bag. I'm gonna let the bag chase me.
Right. Right.
When someone else is out here trying to get 3 and 4 women to love them at once, I'm trying to get one.
Sure.
All I need
Sure.
is one.
Right. Right.
So me and my uniqueness is the way I think, the way I move. I'm not a follower. You know, I don't follow the easy path or the path um, much traveled. I
Okay.
go the other way.
Right. Right. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Uh, where would you put your love on a level of 1 to 10? Now, you could be more. It could be 1,000. But on the scale, let's just say on a scale of 1 to 10, where is your love at? Where is it parked at?
My love, my love pertaining to what? Just in general?
It's actual, yeah, because sometimes some people ask me physical love or no, but it's just love, period. Because that includes everything.
My love is at a 10. My love is at a 10. I mean, I love everything and everyone until you give me a reason not to love.
Okay, so you go in strong from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
No
pull back.
judgment. No judgment.
Okay, so you're pretty much your reactions are on what the other person gives you.
That's right.
So if the other person gives you more, that you gotta go with, you go past 10. But they
That's
give you
correct.
less, you pull down.
That's correct.
See, I understand. I understand. I knew these things for a little while, but I understand. I didn't know them when we was at Shaw. We was
Ah,
teenagers. But I understand a little bit. I got you, brother. I got you.
I
I got
know.
you. All right. Name me 3 things that attract you to the opposite sex. 3 things that attract you to women. Or your mate. What are 3 things that attracted you to your mate?
All right. First thing how is how she presents herself, how she looks. That's first and
Okay.
foremost. Anybody tell you anything different than lying? Looks and presentation is everything.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Next thing is how does she think?
Okay.
How does she think? You know, because my uncle used to say that if they have stinking thinking, then they're no good for me. so it's so it's how they think,
Right, right.
and then it's how do they love? What type of person they are, basically.
All right. So what they look like,
Mm-hmm.
how do they think, and how
Right.
do they love?
That's right.
Okay. Not a problem. Now, this might be easy as well. 3 things that are unattractive about a person. Things that are not attractive.
Mm,
Now, I used your mate the first time, but it could be your mate or it could be anybody, just period.
right. Presentation. I got to go back to that. If your presentation is wrong, that's it's a negative. You know, if um if you don't have your stuff in order, if you don't have your life in order, you don't have a process for life, like how you want to move, that's unattractive. You know, if all you can talk about is getting money and shaking your behind, that's a negative.
Right, right. Okay. All right. So
Those
that's
things are, those things are unattractive. Yeah,
go back because that's 3 of them.
yeah, that's three.
Okay, give me the 3.
You've got um, your presentation,
Presentation. Yeah.
you present yourself.
Uh huh.
Then it's how you think.
How you
If
think.
if you can't process where you want to go in life,
Right. How you
and
think.
then
Okay.
it's your assets. What do you value? Do you value your behind, your breasts? Do put more value in that than you do, your brain or trying to process life better?
Got you. Got you. All right. Cool. Since we're talking about life and we're talking about that the love of thing or the dislike of things, give me 5 things that you love about life. And this is not the person, but 5 things that life has taught you to love about it.
Oh man, freedom.
Okay.
Freedom is one. How to be free in thought, how to be free in action, how to be free to live. That would be one. Um, I'd say the truth about life itself. You know, that life is truly but a walking shadow,
Right.
as stated
Right.
in Macbeth. You know, that
True.
substance is hour upon the stage and then it's gone. You
Right.
know, the other thing I'd say would be the joy of living.
Okay.
You know, this is what life has taught me, the joy of living. See, a lot of us are alive, but we're not living. We're
Right.
in love with life, but we're not in love with living,
Right.
you know. And the fact that I can wake up every day with my senses all in order, the activity of my limbs. See, for me, it's not enough to just be alive. You know, you hear people say that, oh, it's a joy just to be alive. Not for me. Because see,
Right.
you can be alive and be in a wheelchair. You know,
Right.
you can be alive and be a vegetable. You know, so
Right.
the joy is not in being alive for me, is the joy of living, having the activity of my limbs and being able to have all my senses intact.
Well, you're talking to somebody who understands that tremendously, who's gone through something. So I definitely know what you're talking about. I think you got one more, 2 more, one more, 2 more.
Probably one more.
I think it's one
Um,
more because you did 4. You said 4, so one more about life.
yeah,
What is it that you love?
life, just being able to walk about, you know, being able to teach, you know, because teaching is my thing. You know, that's why I went to Shaw. I actually went to Shaw for broadcasting, but,
Right.
but I left. I left an English education teacher.
Okay.
You
Hey,
know,
hey,
that's
hey, look, I went for nothing. I went for computer science. Well, it was something, and then I left with a theater degree. So it was you go with one idea, and you come out with something else.
hey, that's right. So I'll say, you know, just the joy to be able to teach people daily, because that's what I do, and that's the reason I went back to Shaw to work. You know, even though I was a counselor, I was still a teacher. I was still teaching the young kids that came into Shaw to attend about life.
Right, right, right. Okay, all right, that's cool. All right, this one might be a little harder for you. I've only had one person throw all of them away and not answer the question, but all the shows I've done, people have said this is crazy. All right, respect, honesty, and trust. Respect, honesty, and trust. All right, you got to throw one away for this show, and you'll have a successful relationship. Which one are you getting rid of? Out of respect, honesty, and trust.
Okay, let's narrow it down. You have to have respect, because without respect, you're not going to have honesty or trust.
Okay, whatever works for you. Yeah.
Trust and honesty are pretty much similes in this questionnaire. So I can choose either one of those and still be good. So
Which one do you think?
I'm going to choose trust, because trust breeds honesty. So you
Okay,
can throw honesty out the window for now.
so you're throwing honesty away.
Yep, give me respect and trust, because trust breeds honesty. Respect breeds honesty and trust.
All right, that's a good answer. Very good answer. Not a problem. That's a very good answer. All right, love or money? What would you rather have? Love or money?
Now, are you asking to be loved?
Hey, hey, don't try to change my questions
No,
around.
I'm
Well, don't
just
try.
asking. Are you asking?
Would you rather have love or would you rather have money?
Oh, let's see.
Love or money, because love can be love. It can be
Mhm.
loved. It can have love. It can whatever you want, but it's just love. So which one would you rather have, love or money?
So it's a matter of what I can live with and what I can't live with. In this
Basically.
world, you have to have money. Love can come or go, whether you have money or not. So give me money.
Okay. All right. I'll give you money. That's not a problem. You can have the money. Take the money. Whatever works. All right. All right. Well, since you said, you want love, how, in your present relationship, how fast or how slow did you tell her that you loved her? Or who said they loved who first? And how fast or slow was it? So that's a two-part question. How fast was it or slow was it? And who said it first? I love you.
She said it first, but it wasn't all that fast.
Wait, she said it first. Was it not all that fast enough for you, or just fast in the general consensus of things?
Just in the general consensus of things, since you asked, it wasn't all that
So if she sees the show, she'll know that she didn't react fast enough for you. But it wasn't. It was on time. It wasn't timely enough. Obviously, it was because she's still around.
Well, it really didn't matter. The time really didn't matter because we knew internally that we loved each other.
Right.
So it
Right.
really didn't matter how fast it came out of the lips, how
Okay.
fast it came off the lips.
All right. That works. That works out fine. Oh my goodness. Oh, that works out fine. All right. So let's move in. As you can see, we're up to our favorites. Now that means the show is just about done. But we want the people to know who JC is a little bit more. So by answering these questions, and you can answer them quickly or whatever, they'll get a little bit more knowledge about who you are. So are you ready to get this going?
Let's go. Let's get it.
All right. What is your favorite food?
Baked spaghetti
Why?
because it's cheesy.
Baked spaghetti because it's cheesy. Your favorite book?
The ISIS papers, keys to the colors,
Any particular reason why?
because it exposes the truth. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing,
The ISIS papers.
keys to the colors.
Keys to
Yeah.
the colors. Keys to the colors. All right. Uh, JSK, what is your favorite movie?
Hmm. I don't really have a favorite movie. Well, I'll take that back. I'd say The Kid with the Golden Arm. It's a kung fu movie.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. Your favorite, if you have one. If you don't, you probably thought about it. Your favorite flower.
Uh, I don't really have a favorite flower.
But you give flowers to your girl on on
Yeah,
on on her day. What flowers do you pick to give
I give her
your
all
lady?
kinds. I give her hydrangeas. I give her daisies. I give her roses. I give her what's the other? Um, whatever. I mean,
So you just don't pick roses, or you don't pick daffodils, or you just say, give me that bunch of flowers right there, and you just give them to her.
I
What's her
go and
favorite? What's her favorite flower?
I can't even pronounce it, but I know what it is.
But you get it.
Yeah, I know
That
what it is. I can't pronounce it. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. I can't even remember it,
that
but
works
I
for
know
me,
what they
man.
look like.
That's not a problem. As long as you know, it's a good deal. It can be non-alcoholic and alcoholic, or alcoholic and whatever it is. What is your favorite drink?
Water.
Okay, all right. What is your favorite? Let's see. And we got some time, so I'm gonna get some of the other ones up here. Your favorite. Who's your favorite singer?
Dave Hollister.
Dave Hollister, very good singer. Your favorite car?
Cadillac.
What do you own a Cadillac?
2.
Okay. All right. What colors would they happen to be?
White and blue.
Okay. All right. Cadillac, old school. Your favorite state, because you live in North Carolina, but you're from New York. What is your favorite state?
New York.
New York. And I guess Raleigh would come in second.
Nah, North Carolina doesn't come in second.
North Carolina doesn't do it for you?
Nah.
All right.
Nah.
What's your second favorite?
I mean, it's got to be Nevada, only because Las Vegas is there.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Got you. We'll do one more. One more, because you said vacation spot. Let's see if it's the same.
Vacation spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
All right, Vegas works, man. Your last one before we close this show out. Your favorite love position?
Doggy style.
That was quick. That was pretty good. Okay, doggy style. I'm not going to ask you any questions about that because that's none of my business. But we're going to go with one more. Your favorite TV show?
That's a cross between the Jeffersons and Good Times. Ed President. Yeah.
J-Ski. Well, we got you out of the love zone. We got you off your favorites. You are now done with After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, man.
My man, it was a pleasure.
Hey, man, it's been a pleasure sitting back, going reminiscing with you, and I'm glad that you came through the night. Because now you can go and have a good time tomorrow at homecoming, which again, the show will air later on. We appreciate you, man. One more time, real quick, where people can find you.
Triangle Old School Entertainment Group. School with a K. SKOOL. Facebook and Instagram.
Cool. Yep. Hey, man, I love you to death, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for sitting in with me tonight, man. And go in and have a great time at homecoming. Show you and enjoy yourself. And that's really it, man. Thank you for sitting in with me.
My man. Much
All right,
love.
cool. Don't go
love.
nowhere. Hang right there. Hey, we want to thank you also for hanging on BronxNet After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. And I hope you guys check it out on BronxNet.org and BronxNet itself. As I always say in parting, please go with God in your heart. Have a peace of mind. Have a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow. And I want to thank my guardians that are guiding me overhead, my mother and my father, for making these things work for me. And God bless you as well. I'm your host, Shawn Cornelius, and you are now officially out of After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. And you can check me out. Are you focused? You can check me out Monday nights on BronxNet, 10:30 p.m. Hey, J-Ski, again, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Love you, brother. Take care of yourself, and I'll catch you. We'll do some talking and communicate on some things as we go.
No doubt, bro. One love, B.
All right, bro. Take care. Don't go nowhere. Hang right